So you want to start homesteading, but you don't have a lot of tools and you're not even sure what to buy? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the top 10 tools that I use on a weekly basis, even a daily basis, that I recommend getting for your property. And you're never going to guess what the last one is. This is Ready, Set, Homestead, where the only fluff is the feathers. Let's get right into it. Now, it's important to remember that every homestead's different. Everybody has different needs. These are the ones that I use most frequently. And the first one is this guy right here. So this is a set. I've always called them Kleins. That was kind of the nickname for them, but this is a set of Lineman pliers. Now, this is made by a company called Klein. The Lineman pliers, you can cut wires, you can use it to cut, really anything. Honestly, this set I've had for 20 years, and this was actually given to me by somebody, so these are about 25 years old. But with this, you can grab this, you can unscrew screws with it, you can pull stuff out, you can move stuff around, and it's strong enough that if you need, you can even use it to hammer on things. This is my #1 tool that I use on a weekly basis. Sometimes I use it daily, but I will say, if you're gonna get a set of Kleins like this, make sure that you use try and find a bright handle, because I do lose these every single week. In fact, making this video, I had to look around for them because I just set them all over the place. But even after that, I've had this. I'm 37 years old. I got them when I was 17, 18 years old when I was doing electrical work, and I still have them today. I've never sharpened them, and they're amazing. So Lineman is my #1. And these are in no order, just whatever comes up on my mind first. #2 is a tack hammer. If you're raising poultry or any kind of animals, livestock, things like that, especially your smaller ones, a tack hammer is great. Now, I call it a slap hammer. Let me show you exactly how it works. So this guy, you load it with staples. You can get these fairly inexpensively, but when you're doing things with any type of wire, things like that, you just take it and you hammer it. So you can see I missed, but staples are cheap. This is inexpensive. I have used air compressors to do that. This is so much faster and it's so much easier. You don't have to haul anything big around. There's no batteries. A tack hammer is #2 on my list. The third item on my list is a spade. If you're not sure what a spade is, this is a spade. Now, most people just call this a shovel. It's actually a spade shovel because of the design, just like a spade on a deck of cards. A spade shovel is used specifically for digging. Pull it like that. Oh, that's a rock right there. You dig it in and you pull up dirt. Now, there's a bunch of different ones you can get. They have one with fiberglass handles. Fiberglass is going to be stronger. It's going to last longer. You can actually see the curve that I have on my wooden one here. It tells you it's got a lot of use. I just like the wooden shovels because if that handle ever does break, I can replace the handle. I don't have to replace the entire shovel. Chances are the metal on the shovel is not going to break. It's going to be the wood. So instead of having to replace the entire thing, you just place the wood handle and you're good to go. But talking about a spade shovel, that leads me into the next thing, which is a transfer shovel. Now, a lot of people, when they get a shovel, if they're inexperienced, will get something like this for digging. This is not a shovel for digging. And you actually see this is an inexpensive one, but you can see it says transfer shovel right there. Now, what's a transfer shovel for? A spade shovel is for digging. A transfer shovel is for transferring. So this is what you would use when you have a wheelbarrow full of stuff and you're moving stuff around. A transfer shovel is for scooping and moving. I use this guy for dirt and rocks, things like that. And then when I'm cleaning out my coops, you can use the same kind, but when I'm cleaning up my coops, I use this. It's almost like a snow shovel, and you can get a snow shovel for your coops, but same thing. This is great to pick up a whole bunch of stuff, and this size, when you use it, fits perfectly inside of feed bags like this, which is actually how I store and dispose of my waste, whether it's my dog poop in the run or things like this. I'll take this transfer shovel, I scoop it up, and I usually do this straight from the run, and you can see it fits perfectly inside the bag. Now, something that goes along with that transfer shovel is going to be a rake. Now, there's a couple different kind of rakes you can use. Somewhere on the top up here is the roof. I should have a metal rake up there. One of my chickens was on the roof and I was trying to get her off, so I threw that up there and I just haven't gotten it down. But a rake, raking out the coots. I like to use this guy right here, and I'll use this to rake up all their feathers. I do that on a weekly basis. I do the same thing in my dog run with all of their poop and things like that. But a rake is a super, super useful tool when it comes to a homestead. So those are the first 5. So just to recap them, you got the Lineman pliers, you got the hammer tacker or the slap stapler, you have a spade shovel, a transfer shovel, and a rake. Moving into the last 5, leading up to that final one, which I know you're not going to get the last one. And if you think you know what the last one is, go ahead and put down in the comments below what you think the last one is, but it's definitely one of the most useful ones. But going to number 6 is this guy right here. Now, again, most people, when they look at this, think that this is a pickaxe. This is not a pickaxe. A pickaxe is going to have 2 sides just like this. This is actually a mattock. Now, the mattock, again, super useful for a lot of things. I have a lot of seashells, a lot of rocks, things like that inside my soil. And so digging it up initially can be very difficult. This guy makes it super easy. And to show you what I'm talking about, for super difficult areas, you can use the pick. So you go in and pull up. Or you can use the flat end to get a little bit more to get in there. Digging through hard dirt, clay, things like that, with just a regular spade shovel, it's a good way to break that wooden handle if you're using wood, which is why I love that mattock. Again, it's one of my favorite tools. I use it all the time because it just makes life so much easier when you are trying to break up an area. You go through, you use the mattock, you break it up, you come back through with the spade, throw into the wheelbarrow, use your transfer shovel after that. They all work together. 7th item on my list, it's gonna be a drill. Now, I recommend doing a battery operated drill. Most of my drills are Ryobi. I'm not sponsored by them. I just like using Ryobi, and I have a bunch of batteries for them, so it works out well. But get yourself a good drill with a magnetic tip. You can see here, it pulls up and pulls down. So what I can do with that is I can set screws on here, pull it up to hold it in, so that I can just drill, and it's good to go. I always keep a couple different bits on here. Right now I have a flathead and a Phillips. I usually don't have a flathead on there. I actually usually have a T25 bit. It's that star head. But just make sure you have a drill and a magnetic bit. The magnetic bit makes all the difference. This next tool, I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to include it in my top 10, but it is something that I use on a daily basis. It's a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but if it's something that you can afford, I do highly recommend getting one. And that is this right here. So this is a transfer pump. It's a water transfer pump. This is my rainwater barrel. So I've already taken the lid off of it, but it collects rainwater. If I don't have enough rainwater, I'll just fill it up ahead of time. But this is made by Tack. It has a battery, comes with 2 batteries, and I'm gonna show you exactly what this does. So I have a 55 gallon, I think this is actually a 60, maybe a 65 gallon barrel for rainwater collection. And then I'll also just fill it up so that it's ready and on hand to use. But this pumps like 12 gallons a minute. So all you do is, it's a stick transfer. It's got like 4 feet. So this goes into your water. Now you can use this for ponds. You can use this for pools. You can use it for whatever. You can attach various different hoses to it. It does come with a quick connect. I've attached like it's like a 20-foot hose to it. You kick it on and it's gonna start flowing. Now to show you how fast and why I recommend this and use it every single day is right now it's filling from my rainwater barrel. This is a 5 gallon water, and I'm gonna leave this in real time to show you how fast it fills it. Done. So I'll have to go back and see the exact time. It should be about 30 seconds. But again, you can use this You can put it in your pond. You can run a hose. It will has enough strength to go like 32 feet high, but you can use this to water your garden, all sorts of stuff. So I use it, of course, for the waterers. I use it for emptying out our little kiddie pools. That's pretty much it, but I use it on a daily basis, and it's very, very useful. Number 9 on the list that I use on a daily basis, I'm just gonna kind of scan around and see what you think I have a lot of that I might use a lot of. It's a very, very cheap thing to own. It's something that a lot of people don't think of, but honestly, I don't know how you would run a homestead without it. And that is buckets, especially 5-gallon buckets. 5-gallon buckets are amazing. Now you can see I put these little egg carton things on there. I'm gonna set this so you can see exactly how it is. So, oh, I don't know where you're going. You need to stay right there. But these are broken off from egg cartons. So I use those to prevent that vacuum seal. So I just break it off and set it in there and close it. And so I don't have to worry about the buckets getting stuck. I can always just pull them right off. But 5-gallon buckets you can use for water transfer. You can use for feed. You can use for bedding. You can use for dirt. Sometimes I'll put my tools in them if I'm going to a farther away part away from my tool chest. 5-gallon buckets can be used for a ton of things. You can use them as a chair. You can use them to sit on, to work on things. Really, 5-gallon buckets are great. You can see a bunch of the ones that I have. I mean, I got some from Sherwin-Williams. I got some from Home Depot. I got some from Harbor Freight. I usually just look for whenever they're having a sale. You can even get them at a lot of restaurants. You know, they'll give them away. You can find them on Facebook Marketplace. They're very, very inexpensive. So I think that that's one of the most useful tools on a homestead is your bucket. And so before we go over the last one, which again, I don't think you're gonna figure out the last one, but before I go over the last one, which is my most important tool that I use, just to recap everything. So we have our Lineman pliers, we have our hammer tacker or slap stapler, we have our spade shovel, our transfer shovel, our rake, our Mattock, battery operated drill with a magnetic bit, our water transfer pump, our buckets, and the last one you've been looking at the entire time. That's this right here. This is a back brace. Now, I don't care how young or old you are, a back brace is one of the most useful things that you can use. On the back, it has a rigid spine right here. Now, I don't use it as much as I should, but the back brace is pretty simple. You pull it over, you tighten it up. It also makes you look slimmer, but you pull it back. Mine's getting old, so you need new Velcro. And that's it. You can do ones that just hold the waist. You can get ones that have the suspenders. I like the suspenders just in case it does come undone. But a back brace will save you a ton of headache. All it takes is one wrong movement, carrying a 50-pound bag of feed or a 60-pound bag of concrete, you know, moving a bucket of water, which weighs about 42 pounds. It doesn't take much to hurt yourself, regardless of your age. Again, one wrong movement and you're out for a week. Get yourself a back brace, be safe, and let me know down in the comments below, what are your top 10 tools that you use? What are your top 3 tools if you don't want to put 10 down there? But let me know, what are the top tools that you use? If you're looking for any of these items, check down in the description below. I'll have a link to my Amazon storefront and all these products in Amazon. This is Ready Set Homestead. I'm Kale, and enjoy homesteading.